Like, look at me. Oh.
Right there.
Cheeky.
Oh,
Like, I think they might rage right now. Yeah.
oh.
They're swarming me. Yeah? All you. Let's go! Screw these kids.
Oh gosh.
Get it? This is it? Conan.
Yeah.
Let's go. That was it, bro. It opened them back. See how like they all step up when I did that back pass? Shake it back.
I'm like, that was so open. Like, we don't even have to cut. We can just sit here.
Yeah. See me right here? Oh.
I just thought it would open up a little bit better than that. Wasn't doing any moves though.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Peter. Let's go. Get in there. Hey everyone, this is Lesky here, back to another FIFA 21 Pro Clubs video for you guys today. And in this video, I'm going to be going over one of my builds that I've been using a lot recently in our Pro Clubs matches. And on this build, I'm listed as a center forward. I believe in my past builds for FIFA 21, I've done 2 striker builds and a center mid box-to-box build. And this time I'm going to be focusing on my center forward build that I have been trying out. And I really like it a lot, actually. This build is not going to be like the aerial threat like my other 2 strikers I posted. My big man and then my other 6-foot striker that are really good in the air. This one's going to be a little bit more different, more of a dribbler and playmaker and just poacher and finisher rather than someone that can leap in the air and score a lot of headers. So we're going to get to it. Right on the athletic page, as you guys can see, I'm listed 5'10", 174 pounds. I really like the 174 pounds rather than like 149. You get a little bit more strength. And I believe also a little bit more jumping, which is pretty nice, and also more balance, I believe, too. And then I like the 5'10" height. I don't want to be too tall because I'm really slow, but I don't want to be too short because I want to win some headers. And as you can see, I have 92 jumping as 5'10", so you can definitely win a lot of headers as 5'10", like on goal kicks and stuff like that. Even though you might not have like the greatest heading accuracy on this build, you can still definitely win some headers and actually score some headers too. But just one thing I wanted to point out on this page, just make sure you're on the low side of 5'10", because if you go any higher, the stats change, so you're going to want to make sure you're on the low side. Just keep that in mind. And that's it for the athletic page, guys. We're going to head over to the skill tree, and I'll show you guys what I have there. Alright, guys, over here on the skill tree, as you guys can see, I'm a center forward, 5'10", 174 pounds, and left-footed. So we're going to click on this, and we're going to go straight to the physical page, and I'm going to show you guys what I have listed for my physical on this build. So starting with the right side, I always go down to the second wind. Pretty much every single build that you're going to see is exactly like this, where it has the second wind and then this one is left off. Because you really don't need that +3 extra stamina and then you lose strength. It's just not worth it for 3 skill points. Definitely not. So yeah, I just go all the way down to the second wind. And then depending on the build and the position, I will add physical if I can. So for this one, since it's not like a crazy aerial threat build, but I still feel the need as a striker / center forward, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit different, but this one I'm specifically listed as center forward. I still feel the need to win stuff in the air, especially if you have no options and all you really need to do is just cross it in the box. At least gives you some options rather than just passing it around in the box and then lose in and then get countered. And then it's also this good high physical on this build just allows you to win headers off goal kicks. And just those 50-50s. You'll be surprised, even though your guy's 5'10", you'll definitely want some headers over some computers sometimes because of that 92 jumping. So what I did is went all the way down to the last jumping on the left and basically boosted that jumping all the way up to 92, and then I got 79 strength as well. You could possibly take this off if y'all would like, and you could just rock with the 90 jumping, 78 strength, which would be sufficient enough, and then put it on something else, but we can talk about that later. Let's just keep going through the build. Nothing on defending, and then going over to dribbling. Pretty much on every single one of my builds, my dribbling is like this. I have 5-star skills, flare trait on every one. I love the flare trait and the 5-star skills. The one thing that you could possibly take off is this, and I just boosted up the dribbling because I really had nothing else to do, so I went with that. but that's one thing you could possibly change. And if you're not a skiller, you could definitely just go with 4-star skills. Take this one off and keep the flare trait is what I would suggest. I really like the flare trait. Going over to passing now, I only have a little bit. What's weird about the center forward is they have really good short passing, like base stats, but the long passing is honestly completely trash. But I just didn't have enough skill points to go around to like increase my long passing very much. So what I did was just did this first long passing, and I wanted to boost the curve a lot for just my shots and passes, especially my finesse shots. So I wanted to get that up a little bit. So I boosted that up to 83, and that's all I have on the passing side of things. Now we're going over to the shooting. What did I do wrong? Oh yeah, the dribbling. This was supposed to be on. I was like, why is there 2 extra skill points? That's supposed to be on. So now we're going over to the shooting. We've done physical, defending, dribbling, and passing. And the shooting side of things, it does really not that much. I just went with the 4-star weak foot. If y'all want, y'all can try and go with the 5-star weak foot. We can see how we can work that around. But I just have the 4-star weak foot on this right side so I can get my volleys up, boosted volleys up, and then also get this weak foot right here. And then I have this extra heading accuracy because I had 1 extra skill point at the time. And then I definitely wanted to boost the shot power at least to over 80. So I boosted up to 81 because this only costs 1 skill point anyways. Boosted my finishing, made it sure I got it to 90, and it's at 91. So technically you don't even need this. You could just keep it at 90 if you like that. Yeah, and boost a little bit of the long shots and shot power like I said. And then now going to the pace, which is pretty important. As you guys can see, I literally have everything on the pace except for this 1 acceleration, which I don't really think is worth the extra 4 skill points. I think 89 acceleration, 88 sprint speed is plenty, and that's how I like it. If y'all want to add more pace, go ahead. I can show you some stuff, some alternatives y'all can do with this build. Like y'all could take off this, so you won't have as much jumping or strength. Y'all could take off that, take off this extra ball control and dribbling, which isn't really necessary. You could possibly take off this passing, which I suggest having high passing, at least having this little curve. It'll help with your through balls, adding more bend onto your passes, and also those finesse shots, which are very important. So let's see if we can work this 5-star weak foot out for you guys, for those that don't want skill moves. Like say you don't want skill moves, you only want 4-star skills. We could, what else could we take off? Take off that, so then we have 80 shot power, and then 90 finishing, which is very solid actually. I don't know if it's possible to even get the 5-star weak foot. This is why I didn't have it in the first place. See, the only thing you would have to do is like take off strength, which I don't think you should take off this strength because it's only 1 skill point for +2 strength. Like that's totally worth it. Let's see. Yeah, as you can see, it's very difficult to actually get that 5-star weak foot. And then having all like the other stuff that you want as well. Like we could take off this curve advanced focus, which I don't really recommend. Let's just see how it works, and then you'll have your 5-star weak foot. But is it really worth it taking all that stuff off? For this particular build, I don't. Other builds I have 5-star weak foots, and more builds that I have that you'll see in the future will have 5-star weak foots. So don't worry about that. But this is what I have for now. And then again, I just added that extra heading accuracy because I had 1 extra skill point. So it bumped it up to 85. Like, it's actually really solid. 85 heading accuracy as a center forward. And then again, with what I have that 92 jumping. So you can actually win some headers with this build. I just don't have the power header. So a lot of times when you're going to want a header, you might do the LBRB, low driven header, which works very well for people that don't have the power header trait, in my opinion. What else am I missing that I had on here? Oh yeah, this extra passing. And then the 5-star skills. So yeah, that's what you could do to try and get the 5-star weak foot if you don't want the 5-star skills. There's probably some other ways you can work around it too, but that's just what I thought of right then and there on the spot. Now that I showed you all an alternative for the 5-star weak foot rather than the 5-star skills, let me show you guys for all the pace whores out there what you can do to get all this pace. So I would take off this, I would take off all this, so you're not going to be wanting you're not going to be able to get all this pace and the 5-star weak foot. I mean, you probably can, but you're going to have to take some other stuff that is pretty important to the build off. So here we go. There, 91 acceleration, 88 sprint speed. That your initial steps, your first few steps will actually be really quick, which could be a nice little decent upgrade compared to my normal build, but that's just for all those pace whores that really want that extra pace out there. Then we're going to take this heading accuracy off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So rather than you having 80 shop, wait, no, we can do this. All right, that's what I would do. This is what I would do right here. So if you really want the extra pace, I could even try this too, but I didn't. It's actually decent, honestly, for the extra pace. I just had this off the entire time. But honestly, if y'all want to try this, this could work very well too, because you still have the 80 shot power. You're not under 80, so you have decent shot power, decent heading accuracy still. You don't have the 5-star weak foot, which is fine. You still have the 5-star skill moves. And then you have that max boosted pace. So for the people that are the pace source and don't want the skill moves, we're not going to take off the flare and the flare trait and the 4-star skill moves. We're going to keep the 4-star skill moves. We're just going to take out the 5-star skill moves and see what we can do. I see. I don't know if it's possible. We're going to have to take off this to get the weak foot, take off this to get the weak foot, take off this, and take off this. And I don't even know if that'll be enough. Oof. How much are we short? We're 2 skill points short. See, at this point, I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, I'm trying to get the 5-star weak foot and the full pace. But what you would do, I guess, is just take off the strength on these two. You lose 3 strength off of this, and then you'll have the full pace and the 5-star weak foot, which could also be a very OP build, but it's kind of basic in my opinion, and it's just not my playstyle. I really like what I have currently, but then again, we all play differently. Just let me know, guys, in the comments which variation of this build y'all used and how it worked for you guys. I'd be very interested to see what y'all have to say in the comments about that. And this is it for the build, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate y'all supporting my channel. We're almost at the 500 subscriber mark. That'll be a great moment once we finally hit that 500 subscribers, and then hopefully work towards 1,000 in 2021, guys. And hopefully we'll just see this channel skyrocketing up in popularity for these pro club videos, shall I say. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out.